back to our YouTube channel. Feels good to actually say that.
Yeah.
My name is Hazel, and today I'm joined by two very lovely ladies, and we're unpacking such an interesting topic. But before I get into that, ladies, please introduce yourselves.
What's good, y'all? My name is Sibongile.
My name is Langa.
Her. Okay, so still in the culture of
yes.
doing things we're not used to. Subscribe. There's
Like,
a button.
comment,
underneath there.
Like, please.
Yeah, do what you have to do. Like, you can't get all these vibes like for nothing.
For
At least do
nothing,
something
yeah.
for us. Like,
It's the little that we can do.
okay, so today, ladies, we're unpacking such a very interesting topic. Should I just come out with
Get
it?
on with
Yes,
it.
please.
Really? I feel
Yeah.
like you guys should like just give something like that. Like, what could be interesting?
Right now.
What could be interesting?
Something about me.
It's March. Women's Month something, yeah?
Right.
So today we're talking about Women's Month. So to start it all off, I'll just ask you, what is Women's Month? Do you guys know what Women's Month is? I feel like an examination. But do you know what Women's Month is?
Yeah, I think
We'll
we do.
start with you, Lana.
Yes. So Women's Month is basically a month that is dedicated to celebrating the achievements that women have been making over the past, I think it's over 100 years now. We celebrate the roles that women are taking, in society, the meaningful contribution that women are taking in society. And yeah, to me, I think that's it.
Okay, so first of all, I'm a woman. I don't know about you two,
ma'am.
but I am one. So Women's Month for me is very important because it's when we celebrate all the milestones that women have achieved in the past 100 years since Women's Month started. So we look at women from all across the globe, all across the continent, and all the achievements that they've made. Yeah, that's what's up.
I think you guys just really summed it all up. It's just a time to celebrate women, like awesome people. So to move on within this topic, what significance do you think Women's Month has to girls? And of course, she said she's a woman. I won't judge. She is what she is. But as a girl, maybe Langa, what is your experience? What significance does Women's Month have to you?
So to me personally, I really like the fact that we are being noticed, first of all. I feel like as women, we are coming from, very far back to when things were not really good for us, right? So the fact that the challenges that women are facing are being noticed, and the world is joining in to work on those challenges and make our contribution to society more meaningful is something very special to me.
Okay.
Zero, the woman.
Yes, ma'am.
So for me, the significance of Women's Month. So as I said before, I'm a woman. So the significance of Women's Month is that we're able to celebrate the milestones, right? It shows me that we're a part of something important. Women are being noticed. We're not just there. We're not what men would term as just baby making machines. You see, that's it.
So what I'm getting is like, this is a very good moral boost. Just celebrating women that are doing great things is a reminder to us as girls that we can still achieve more.
Absolutely.
We are going to achieve more. And the world is rooting for us. So how do you think Women's Month plays out in our society? How, what effects do you think it has on our society? What benefits maybe it has on our society?
Thank you for that question. It's very interesting because I feel like right now in this technological era, for you to really be worried and aware of what's happening to you, you need to have access to the internet, for example. I'll highlight the theme for 2023, digital.
Yes,
Something
ma'am.
like that. Yeah. So we are saying that girls and young women need to have access, to technology for them to improve themselves. But then, how many people have access to smartphones, for example? We're talking of people in the remote areas, women in the remote areas. They do not have access to smartphones, some of them, to enjoy those benefits of celebrating Women's Month. So I think we still have a long way to go. We have something to celebrate because we are talking about this right now, but we still need to work harder.
Okay, so the effects. the thing is, I realized that a lot of things just end as social media hashtags. Like people recognize those things on social media, but no one really takes them into action. No one really applies those things into action. So you find that a lot of people are not included; they're excluded from such things. So like what Langa had said, we still have a long way to go. Like at least, yeah, we have made a number of changes. We've improved from the time we started up to now, but we still have a long way to go. It shouldn't just be vague, something that we just talk about and forget about.
So I think we all heard the girls. Like Women's Month is a good thing, but like the innovative, like young women they see the gaps within Women's Month itself. And of course, we're not gonna unpack that right now because curiosity works like that, and I'm the host. So to just move on from that, she mentioned the theme for this year, which was digital. What is your take on that? Did you like the theme? Did you vibe with it? Like, what was your take on this year's theme?
I really liked the theme. Personally, it's very relevant. Yes, that is it. But at the same time, I'm thinking, well, it works for me. I can say when I need support so that I can have data to access the internet and improve myself. But then when I sit down and think now, I'm like, but somebody else has a different story. They need much more than that. So I think we really need to go down to the grassroots of the problem so that we, have everyone, on the same page, included, as you're saying. But yeah, it's really a good and relevant theme. I think it should go on beyond March 2023.
Yeah.
So the digital theme. For me, it's a good thing. I mean, we're all going digital and everything. But like what Langa had said, that not all the girls are being included. We look at the girls who are in the rural areas, and even some who stay in the urban settlements, who don't even have access to computers for them to do their assignments. What more a smartphone for them to log onto social media and see the hashtags that are happening, what is being celebrated at this moment in time. So yes, it is good. I like it. I really like it. But I feel like, as I said before, it doesn't include everyone. Some people are getting left behind.
So my take on this is that we like the theme this year because as women, we want to compete on a global scale. So obviously being up to date with the digital world is such a wonderful benefit for us.
Comes a long way.
But then the issue that they're bringing out is, can we all go digital? Because it's digital for women, but practically, can we all go digital at this point in time? So I'm guessing the theme should have focused more on empowering women to go digital. Maybe food for thought to our viewers as we take a lovely break. See you in the second segment of this show. Bye.
Peace out.
I already said hi, didn't I?
You did.
Again. It doesn't matter. Like, this is my show. I run this show. So
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
So welcome back to the second segment. And in the first segment, we unpacked a lot of issues within Women's Month, but we also celebrate a Women's Month. I don't want us to sound like we're just being negative. We like Women's Month, don't get us wrong. We just found a lot of gaps within Women's Month, and we wanted to explore that more. But before we get into that, I just had a burning question I had while we were sitting, preparing for the second segment. And I felt like I really had to ask this question. Do you think women actually know what Women's Month is, especially in Zimbabwe?
That's a very great question. I'll make reference to myself. I realized that, where was I all along? Because I only remember starting to celebrate Women's Month, Women's Day, only 3 to 4 years ago, right? Meaning that probably I'm not the only person, right? And then secondly, we just usually see post hashtags, Happy Women's Month, Happy International Women's Day. But I feel like we don't really know what it means, what impact it can actually have on us as women in this day, I think we really should savor it more, embrace it more. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I realized something. We know about Women's Month. but the women out there on the streets. There are women that wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning to go to the market so they can go vend. There are women out there in the rural areas who wake up in the morning and they make bricks. Do you even know that?
Yeah.
But they don't know about Women's Month. But these are the women that we are celebrating, but they don't even know it. So I feel like it's still a bit under the covers. Of course, people know it, but not the right people and not all the people.
Okay, so what I'm getting is like Women's Month is actually a second birthday.
Yes.
So the same hype we have for our birthdays.
Exactly.
Do we have that same level of hype, for Women's Month?
Not necessarily.
I don't think we do.
Yeah.
And when I asked the question about do women actually know what Women's Month is all about, the question was being strived from a background where I've been to the rural areas, my rural home. And, I was having a conversation with the girls there this other time. And, I was like, oh, yeah, do you guys celebrate Women's Month? Do you have something important you do in Women's Month? And they're like, what's Women's Month?
Oh,
and I was
my
like,
word.
so what's the whole point of having Women's Month if our women actually don't know what Women's Month is all about?
Yeah.
That then drives me to the next question.
Yeah.
I think Women's Month has turned into a place of celebrating a certain brand of women. So it's sort of like there's a face for Women's Month. So in as much as we're celebrating women doing great things out there, does that mean we sideline our moms at home? Does that mean we sideline the women making bricks in the streets? The lady who sells tomatoes and vegetables in the by the corner or anything like that? What is your take on inclusion when it comes to Women's Month?
That is a very, very great question. Because I was just thinking, I feel like we have this idea of when we are saying women in leadership, women taking up spaces. We imagine the women all dressed nicely in offices. Personally, I thought of the CDC director because I look up to her. But then can we come down to all these other women that are doing great things that cannot be done by anybody else, but they are doing them. Take time to appreciate them and actually let them know, because we cannot just sit here and talk about it, but when we go back into our communities, we need to see that change. So again, there is a gap.
Yes, there is.
Well, I guess the gap has always been there. It has been covered to some extent, but it has always been there because, like what Langa said, there is a certain brand that Women's Month is like selling. You always think of the woman who is in her office behind her desk who attends board meetings, and we forget the real manpower, like the real women who drive us, who are the driving force of the nation. You see, like the women that you were talking about, the women who sell tomatoes by the street corners, those are the women that should be included. We're not saying that we're going to sideline the women that we're already celebrating, but we're saying that we should just include them into this because they're the main ones.
Yeah, it
somehow.
is. All women. So what I'm getting is that the next time there's a Women's Month poster going around, it better have my mom on it.
Nice one.
Yeah, it better have my mom on it. So, as we draw to the close in this conversation, which was pretty awesome, I'm sure we served
nice.
vibes. I wanted to ask, what benefits you guys think are there within celebrating Women's Month, whether for anyone, for guys, for girls, for, our adults, everyone in society generally.
There are, several benefits that have come with this celebration of Women's Month. And one that I can think of really, I think I said this before, being noticed. We all want to feel important in a society. So to say we're dedicating a whole month to women, it really means something. I remember this on the 8th of March, I got some messages from people that I thought, I was not important to them. So it's really humbling and motivating to say as women, we are going far, we have so much potential, and we need that, constant reminder that we can do this. And I think for me personally, that is very meaningful to me.
Sibo?
Okay. So remember, as I said before, that I am a woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please. So, as a young woman, as a woman who is becoming a woman in the making, rather, it makes me happy to know that I'm part of something that is so important, something that is recognized. Like what Langa said, we need to be noticed, we need to be appreciated. like it benefits everyone. Like you said, the man, the women, the kids. You actually get to notice what your mothers do for you. Like all the work that they put into you actually being this person that you are today. So yeah, I feel like Women's Month, it's very good because we're getting appreciated. We're getting our flowers, like they say.
I also think one of the biggest benefits for Women's Month, for me personally, is the inspiration. Like, you don't know how much it's nice to see Michelle Obama being celebrated on Women's Month, Viola Davis, you know, all these big names. It's like a reminder, like you said, that we have a lot that we are going to achieve as young ladies, as women, as a gender period. So I think that's one of the things I really enjoy about Women's Month, and the fact that we actually give credit to people who are doing the most in our society.
Absolutely.
Maybe our societies so far have had so many chances to celebrate men and the things they're doing. But you know, when people finally say, no, you know what? A lady deserves a whole month. You know? It feels very, you know, it makes you feel very
It's a
special.
unique feeling.
Yeah.
And really, I feel like let's do it 365 days
Yeah,
a year.
definitely.
Let's go beyond the idea of March being a Women's Month. I've gotten a couple of comments from people asking, oh, how many Women's Months do we have? We celebrate women in March and in Mother's Day, you know, the same year. And I'm like, we should be doing more than that actually.
Yeah.
You see, so let's not be apologetic about this thing, because I feel like we are a very important part of society. We're doing great things.
Women's Month all year.
Yes.
That sounds good with me. Like, maybe this time it'll come with chocolates and flowers. I'm just saying.
Hopefully, we
Yeah.
count on that.
So, ladies, any last words you want to say before we say goodbye and, you know, take our vibes with us? You know,
Don't miss us too much.
So I think the one thing that I really want to put out there is that let it not be vague. Like, let it not just be a social media hashtag. Let it be something that we actually implement and actually celebrate the women that we have in our lives. I'm celebrating myself because I'm the most important. But it's okay. But yeah, let's not let it be vague. Let it not end here. Let it go beyond and above. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. I was actually going to speak along the same lines, but let me just bring this to the table as well to say, I'd like to really like call upon all organizations, the family, the church, you know, the youth center, to say, let's really take thought every year when the month of March comes, to say, as a group, as an organization, what are we doing to celebrate our women? You see, I'm just thinking right now as well, like, did my grandmother really know that there was Women's Day on 8th of March? But I did. My little brother probably did not. So we need to improve on that, you know, start at the grassroots level, and then we become loud about it on bigger issues that actually matter. Yeah.
Well, for me, I guess I would say more empowerment. Like, I have to say it again. The theme this year was digital, but did all women go digital?
Digit some.
So, yeah, maybe digit some. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, I would say more empowerment. If we are going to say this Women's Month, we are going digital. Every
go all
woman
out.
should go digital.
Leave your
I'm
man
telling you,
behind.
like, my grandma, who probably can't see anymore, should know that she at least try. Like, I'm not promising she'll be able to go digital, but you know, like, maybe the fact that, you know, the world did try to take her to that point, you know. So let's go more, let's go bigger, let's celebrate our women. They're excellent, they're doing great things in our society. And like these lovely ladies said, it does not end with Women's Month. Let's celebrate women throughout the year because we're precious. So goodbye, guys. Like, I don't even know how to say bye, but bye.
Yo.
See you in the next one.
Bye.